immediately go into spectating people so that
That's
you're
cool.
not like waiting around or whatever, so
Mhm.
that you get to
It's
see your friends' reactions to your death because
so
everybody laughs when you die.
seriously. Well, and
Okay.
also like it's really so there's a bunch of different like basically SMPs, but there's one that will try and sneak up behind you and break your neck.
STPs is what you
STPs, thank you,
SC as in Charlie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Charlie. Anyways,
Hey, right. Say thing.
uh, playing, and I turned around and just watched one pull like carry a teammate's body away.
It's funny because
Oh,
I
did
was
it?
watching the cameras when that happened, and I was busy trying to save their butts.
Well,
And I
and it's
just saw it
hilarious.
coming up, and I started to teleport the dude, so he was being teleported as he was being dragged away dead.
All right,
Well,
so
and
we
it's
are
funny.
ready and live and ready to
Okay,
go. Um,
okay.
everybody say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Voila.
Hi. Hello.
Audio. Okay, so that
How?
should be working. Should be working. All right,
Come on,
so
man.
um, Micah, you were here first. Would you mind recapping or reading the message of the day? I'm pulling up the
Possibly if you
pictures
tell me where to
now.
find it again. Is it in the notes
It's under
It's in
options.
options.
under options?
All right.
I can recap while I do that. So, I mean, last week was thrilling for me. I don't know how thrilling it was for everybody else, but we did a bunch of non-combat stuff. So we role played a lot, or a little bit, or enough, and basically got all the stuff set up for the manor, or tried to get the stuff set up for the manor. A whole list of crap. So Jackson's blacksmith kind of got nailed down. He chose somebody to pick for the blacksmith. He actually has two different people running the blacksmith, the smithy, and then
Yay.
yeah, awesome. And then we got some of Taugen's snake stuff nailed down. So we have a snake pit and the kids to feed the snake pit, which is awesome.
I
Lizzie and
think you need
Shane,
the
the
most.
kids. Well,
Need the most.
Yep. Yeah. We got Luthien making badass jewelry for everybody
you guys
out
gotta
of
grab
some.
yours, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we still got to grab ours. But yeah, jewelry. If it's in the party sheet, so grab your jewelry. And then what else did we do? We did some more manor shiznit. We got the display cabinet up and ready and going. And then the last thing we did was we did hire chefs. The last thing we did was start hiring for managers of the tavern. So I think that's where we're at currently. We have the choice of three different people who just came in to apply for management positions, and I think that's where we is.
Like the head butler. I don't remember now. Was it
Yeah,
the
Yeah, it's
butler
the
or the
butler.
treasurer?
I keep saying
No, it's the
manager,
butler.
but butler manager,
Your butler
different
is
things.
So the
supposed to manage your
difference
household. So
is a you can use if you want to hire a manager to just handle the Adventurers Guild, then you can, but that's all they will do. They just manage, they would take money,
Well,
do handle employees if you had any things like that, do the
yeah, you could
quests,
have somebody
stuff
to
like that.
handle building affairs versus like state affairs versus business affairs if you wanted to do it that way. Or you could have one person do it all. That to me sounds exhausting.
But the what happened with this? Hold on a second. My windows are being. I don't know what's happening here. Never had this happen before. Is there a way to make something full screen without? Let me see. No, that's not it. Is there a hotkey or something that can make it full screen?
I think it's F11 normally, like a default Windows.
F11. There we go. Thank you. Now let me see if I can get rid of this. By F11. No, it puts it right back where it was. Um, Okay, let me try this. Let me see. F11. Alright. What does this say? You have triggered the mouse gesture. No, I don't want to learn what that is.
No.
Are you sure?
Sounds really sketchy.
The mouse trigger.
Oh, I thought you said the mouse jester.
It's
Gesture.
mouse gesture, like a gesture of
Yes.
Oh,
kindness or something.
Yes.
I
Aha.
thought you meant like a weird person who performs at the
Okay.
king's court.
All of
Sorry,
us are
Snikes,
deaf.
that was
It's
stupid.
fine.
Alright, sorry guys. I'm about ready to share my screen and have somebody tell my Luddite butt what to do. Alright, here we go.
You think you're bad? I accidentally, I don't even know how I did it. I uninstalled Google as my like main search engine and removed it from my taskbar. So I had to YouTube how to make Google like my main search engine and add it to
Oh
my
no.
taskbar.
Yeah.
I'm 32. Like I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I'm not that old. But I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know how I
Yeah,
did it.
boomer.
I was like, I don't know how I did this. And I was like, I can't call any of my friends or I'll never live it down.
I will
So
be
I'm just gonna
ashamed
YouTube it.
forever.
That's true.
I'm just gonna YouTube it
Okay.
because I
Shame.
cannot,
Shame.
I cannot figure it out.
That's right.
You
All
say
right.
you can't call your friend, but you just said it live on a stream. So,
Yeah, but
you
my
None of
know,
his friends watch this, so.
Yeah, exactly.
that's what you think.
None of my friends
Look,
are good
man, we
people,
had one
so
of his friends playing, and he just
yeah,
stopped. So
exactly. Probably because he doesn't know how to use Google. So
it felt like
Charlie's
he
not
had it
here.
on
Fuck
his
him.
main search engine.
All right, so I'm finally doing my sound test. Okay, and now I just need to do a soundscape. For those of you who have sensitive ears, you can turn your sound off for a minute.
Yeah, or quit being a little bitch.
Okay. Just so you know,
I love it.
if Mantha wasn't here, I would be using the fart sound about
I appreciate
3 or 4
you.
times a stream.
Man, I'm
Like I
so
do
glad. I
with
don't
my
even
other
have it
games.
up. I don't even have that up, and I'm glad Mantha's here still.
But I know you, but I know Micah, and
I
we know
can't.
none of you guys like the fart sound, which is
It's
a
so dumb.
shame.
It's such a waste of engineering.
There,
Somebody got paid to do that.
there are a lot
I
of
never
them, by
have
the way. It's never
soundscape
the
up.
same one twice. There are like
I
15 of them.
know.
So it's
And
awesome.
like so many of them are just so fucking long. That's part of the issue I have. It's not
Not true.
that it makes a
It's not
hard
true.
sound, it's that it goes on for like a good like 30 seconds.
Oh, there are none of them that go last more than like 3. But
That's too
we're
long.
moving on.
Too long. Too long
If you
for a
didn't
fart
open
sound.
up, if you're not familiar with the message of the day, then that means you didn't look at the note either. So if you go over to the notes on the right, you will see that there's now a note that says manor. So
I did see that, and then I
Um,
exited out of it. I didn't read it.
here's the note. It is going to be upkept. Maintained rather. It has pictures of everybody and their names. I started alphabetical and then sort of switched it up because I put their titles in front of it, which messed up the alphabeticalness of it. But point is, there's all your staff, how much it costs for how much they're charging you and stuff.
Okay.
If you guys want to have other things within this note, that's fine. I kept the little note on top. I'll keep that for another couple weeks and then I'll delete it. Just to let you guys know, I mentioned it last week, but the maintenance cost of a noble estate is 10 gold pieces a day, and that includes the salaries. And you typically have 3 skilled hirelings and 15 unskilled hirelings. Right now, you guys have, if you just count your head chef, you only have the 1. But you'll be getting the head housekeeper. This is killing me. Where's my Discord?
It's Reno's mic.
No, Mike.
Alright, I will mute
I'm sure it's
him.
me.
I'm sure it's me.
There we go.
Hi, I'm the
Alright,
problem
so if
is
he says
me.
anything important, tell me. So you have the chef,
I have
a housekeeper, and a butler. You can also get a stable person, although they normally aren't considered one of the three. But if you end up having a stable staff, like 2 or 3 people working in the stables, depending on how many weird animals and things you have, then you may want to have a head stableman with a couple boys running around. So the point is, you have these 3 main people. You are then going to get. They will then typically be the ones who hire and fire peasants to come fill in and do the drudge work and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And typically they will come let you know, and that's all overseen by the butler, who is in charge of the entire household. You just need to decide once. Right now, one butler will be enough. If the Adventurers Guild gets crazy, and you have 2 or 3 parties here, or at least a party a week, adventuring party is what I'm talking about, then maybe you want to hire someone to run that. But as far as the household staff is concerned, those 3 are the main ones. Everyone else under that goes under them. Any questions on that? I don't know how well I'm explaining it. Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Wienermobile.
I was honestly not listening, but I'm sorry. I hope y'all got that.
This also has
You got
the
nothing.
maps in the manor note. So if you want to know when we get the second floor built, that'll also be on there as well. The map for the second floor.
Hooray!
And what tag is the notes under again?
On the right under
It's under
character.
campaign.
No,
Oh, character.
under
Okay.
player.
in
I'm
player.
sorry, under player.
Oh, player. Okay.
Yes.
Notes. Got it. Thank you. Sweet. Banner.
All right, so those are all deleted. Okay, anything else anybody wants to add?
Oh,
Or
see, okay.
any questions you guys have before we go into things? Mino, is there any way you can fix that?
Isn't that already fixed yet or not?
No.
If I mute you, then it's fixed, but I can't hear you then. Everyone else can hear you, but
Okay.
I cannot.
Unfortunately, I
Okay.
get to hear everything everybody else says twice.
All right. Give me a second.
Otherwise, I'll just mute you and then I'll rely on everybody else to tell me what you say.
How's that? Is that better now?
Why is my phone being
Yes.
crazy?
Any better? Yes.
Wait.
When you talk, it doesn't matter. No, the problem is we're hearing your speakers are coming through your mic.
So we're hearing everything we're saying coming back at us like a second after.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get things going. If no one else has anything else to ask.
I don't remember or not, but maybe I'm misremembering. Was there a breakdown in communication between me and Adabra? Was I supposed to go ask her about rent being paid? Harbinger said something about the rent being paid or not being paid. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something there.
So, to be blunt, you guys, and by you guys, Taugen, noticed, because he's the only one that made the insight check, that when you talked to Hadron, he had said all the payments you guys have been making have really helped, and we're using this to build the town, basically.
Okay.
Well, as far as you
remember,
you've only made one payment because it's only been 1
Yeah.
month. So that was the question. What was he referring to when he said that? And so
Yeah.
you were saying, well, hey, we'll go ask Adabra. You could also go ask him what he meant when he said that.
But hey, man, if somebody else has been making your payments for you,
For real, dude, do I want to ask?
Yeah, exactly. It's like when somebody like puts funds into your bank account or something, and you're like, "Well, I mean, it's not gonna
Yeah.
hurt."
Assume that it wasn't intentional and just take all of your money forever. Yeah, I don't. I genuinely don't know what that was about.
All right, so think about how you want to handle that. And in the meantime, let's go to. So the only two things. Well, the only two hiring things I'm prepared for right this second are the housekeepers. And again, this is the person who will run the housekeeping staff. They may do some cleaning themselves, but they work with the chef and the butler to make sure everything is clean and maintained. You guys have your beds made, your laundry is done. Even the stables typically fall underneath the head housekeeper. They make sure the grounds as well, if that's part of what needs to be taken care of. And that's what the head housekeeper does. So I have that ready, and then I have the butler. If you guys want anything else, let me know. If you want to be involved in all the little peasants and stuff, I can do that. I can have them, so if you want to know every person who works at your house, that's not a problem. Right now, it's not going to be that many because they're not going to need a whole lot of help because it's just 5 of you right now. But, and then you also may want to consider, do you guys have any kind of, do you want to do any kind of advertising stuff? Which is what Jackson was, I think he's talking about, money coming from enterprises. I'm not sure what he's referring to with that, but maybe he's talking about...
I think he's talking about the payments that we don't know about. Or the mystery payments, I should say.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. But right now, as far as you know, you're not even sure where these people came from because you just haven't been advertising, you haven't been asking things. These people
We don't need to know the things.
These people have just been showing up. You're not even sure why. Jackson did put out some feelers while he was in Neverwinter, so Jackson can understand why he had Smith show up, but the chefs and the butlers and the housekeeping people.
Oh, they didn't show up after I put up the signs in the town? Because I've made poorly drawn signs and put them up in town, so I thought this was after that. This is like before I hung the signs up then. Or at the same time that I hung the signs up. I should say,
you hung some of the signs up and you have had, and some of these are townspeople, but
okay.
Most of these professionals are not coming from the Phandelver.
Oh.
They're coming from other Phandalin, or coming from other places. So
weird.
But again, there hasn't been a whole lot of questions asked.
Yeah.
To anybody.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead.
When it comes to interviews, you guys haven't been really doing much. It's like, okay, we'll do it.
I killed it. I had everybody make a sandwich.
100 gold pieces a day. Okay, that's fine.
Done. We negotiated. That's all that matters.
But that's fine.
I'm just gonna
I don't think
that people heard that. I'm just gonna assume that people heard that we were rebuilding Tressendor Manor, and they told other people, and that's how people knew. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that.
Word of mouth is a very
He's
strong
not part
thing.
of the city. He's never
Exactly.
anything. He's part of a clan. Everybody knows
The
what's
reason
going
why
on in the
Luthien
clan.
asks questions is
yeah.
because Luthien doesn't care. She's like, it's your manner. She's like, if you got a bed for me, great. If not, I'm happy with a tent outside. Like,
Also, I will
what
say
the
this.
life's been.
I spent a lot of time describing all of the chairs we were sitting in the interview room. We had a
You
whole
did,
Shark
yep.
Tank scenario going into it. There was a lot of preparation talking about the room we were interviewing in. So
That's
take
right.
Wanna
that.
be in the room where he thinks the
Dun,
room
dun,
where he
dun,
thinks
dun.
the room.
All right.
Also,
Um,
we hired an otter. I don't know if I mentioned that or not,
Yeah, he's an
but we
otter king.
hired a fucking otter.
It's
You
funny
mean
because Sven was making jokes about like, oh well, once Samantha and Joe see the last candidate, it's over, and Micah was the one that latched onto him the
It's
fastest.
adorable.
well, here's the thing. I like him, but as a character, Luthien would not care. So then I have to be like, he's so cute, but I have to not care because Luthien doesn't care.
It's fine. He's our head chef now.
that's right?
I
What
think
you
you have to roll
know?
deception
Chef
because
Cracker. That's right.
everybody is drawn into
Nobody's
the
immune
otter
to the
cuteness.
cuteness.
Their charisma's 1,000. You can't not be immune to them. You have
Yes.
disadvantage on rolls against them for charisma checks because they're
You
adorable.
know, she
And
probably thinks they're adorable, but
Otterkin
she probably doesn't care who's cooking the food.
are a
Look,
playable
man.
race. I do have Otterkin, so
Ooh,
she
guys, we should
chose
all be an
Oh,
otter family,
Samantha
like in
chose
that Disney
a
Channel movie.
trash panda, so she could have been an
yeah.
Otterkin if she wanted.
There you go.
But
Missed
I
out.
chose a raccoon guy to be my librarian. Okay.
Anyway, let me get back to um
Anyway, the only issue with
click
the
click
otter with clam cracker was that he didn't wash his hands before he
Chef
made the food.
Cracker.
Yeah, Chef
Yeah,
Cracker.
Chef Cracker. Uh, that's the only issue that there was. I mean, and then he, took the crust off the sandwiches and, sliced it
Cut it in
diagonally
triangles.
and
Yeah, he was the only one who did
Here's the
that.
thing. I like
Jerem
triangles
was
when
looking for
dipping.
the luxury.
I like triangles in it, like, when I'm dipping them, and any other time I like it in half.
Okay.
Which is well, do you by half do you mean diagonally, so it's a
Diagonal.
big triangle? Or two small rectangles?
Diagonally. I also would take 4 rectangles, but I prefer diagonally when dipping it into like a mug.
Okay, but if you're cutting it in half, do you cut it in half vertically or
She said
horizontally?
Yeah.
she said horizontal as a neither one. She said diagonally as a
Well, no,
Oh,
I was saying I like the triangles diagonally
Yep.
when I'm dipping them, and in
That's what she
half
said.
and you it vertically. I had to think about which way was which. Vertically, up and down.
All right,
I like to
so
Good.
tear my
If you
I'm
said
sandwich.
not a
horizontally,
psychopath.
I think we would have stopped being friends.
I'm
Let's
not
be
a
honest.
psychopath, okay?
I like to
I
tear my
was checking.
sandwiches. Uh,
gotta rip them in half.
uh.
Here's the
Okay.
thing, when you have trouble eating sandwiches as I do, then you have to do a lot of things to make it
I need
easier.
that. I need that in my life. Trouble eating sandwiches.
Yes.
I get
Well,
advantages on
try doing
sandwiches.
that without forefront teeth, friend. Then tell me you have trouble eating sandwiches.
All
I
right.
believe you.
So
All right.
first one that comes in is this tall. And by tall, he's not compared to you guys, but he's a 6-foot male. You may not know right off the top what he is. By off the top, I mean by just looking at him.
It's ugly.
You see that there are some scales in the back of his hands, but the hands are human. It looks have mostly human face and
Did
body
I do a
shape.
nature check?
But he comes in and does a little half bow, hands you some paperwork, and it's he says, I am Zardrius, at your service. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. And you see 3 letters. One is from a prominent family in Neverwinter, and a second one is just a certification that he has been trained by the School of Business and in Baldur's Gate, and a second one is a letter from Baldur's Gate, and it's signed. It looks to be like some sort of military rank. Both of them state that Zardrius, and by the way, on his diploma, he's listed as a half dragon.
Hagen leans over to Scrambles and whispers, "Hey, who are these people?" He's like holding up one of the letters, and he does not know who the family that's recommending him is.
None of you would know who they are.
I was like, am I familiar with them?
No, they're just one's a lord and lady such and such, and
Do they look legit though,
things.
and not
Yes.
like forged?
Yep.
Okay.
He doesn't even have us roll, so they're probably real guys.
You
I'll be
can,
back.
since you're asking, you can go ahead and do investigation or insight or perception. They're just different DCs. And those will be in the tower.
Perception. Definitely perception.
So you're studying these letters. Okay. Anybody else looking at the letters?
I'll be back.
As far as
I did
for
say
legitimacy.
that I was. Yeah. I don't expect him to succeed, but
Okay.
if he did, that would be nice.
Alright, so as far as you guys can tell, they seem to be legitimate. The paper itself is high quality, and the calligraphy is well done. There is a stamp on all 3, a seal on all 3, and the diploma has 2 seals, one for the school and one for the headmaster. And both of them are stating that Zardrius did his after training time with the commander and was part of his household of 8. He had 8 people underneath him that he ran for a year and a half, and when his training time was over, he then moved to Neverwinter. So he left on good terms with the commander, moved in with his family. The family, he was with them for 8 years, and they are moving out of Nashkel. He did not want to leave Nashkel area, so they just parted ways, but they have no issues or problems with how he works and what he does. You do notice that he does have this odd device covering one eye, or not covering, but in front of one eye, and appears to be glass. He's looking, some sort of strange monocle thing.
Okay.
And he's standing there and just sort of looking just over your heads, patiently waiting at, not really at, like a military attention, but he's not just lounging around. He's standing there ready to answer questions or talk.
First off, thanks for coming out, Zadrius. Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for coming out, and I have some questions. Mine are mostly informal. I have one question that's not informal. Is there anything well, not anything, but anything out of the normal? Is there anything you won't do? Do you have like a hard line? You don't make beds, you don't take out the trash, you don't do a specific thing that would seem kind of strange for this line of work. Is there anything that you have a hard no on? All the other questions I have are informal.
I have yet to come across anything that I have not been able to come to an agreement with the master of the house.
Okay. Seems pretty reasonable. We'll try not to make you have to make any weird, tough decisions, but I can't make any promises. We're a weird group of people, as you can see. Pretty awkward. We do crazy stuff every once in a while. Okay. Anybody else have any important questions? I got some fun ones, but
In game time, how long ago did Scrambles put up the poster?
He put it was I want to say 5 days ago. Let me see. It was you guys got back. It was last year. It was a year ago, but it was 1623. All right, come on. You all logs. All right, so it would have been there. It is night all. Okay, it just took a minute to load. I thought I had done it wrong. The 28th. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 days ago.
And he said he was working in. Was it Neverwinter that he was just working in, and he didn't want to? No, Neverwinter is. I don't know. Toggen's trying to do the math in his head of how long it would have taken him to travel to Phandalin, and Toggen's doing mental gymnastics to try to figure out how this dude knew about the job.
It took you guys. If you go straight through, takes about 2.5 days to get from Nashkel to from Neverwinter to Phandalin.
Okay. So just about as long as there's been a notice.
No, it's 2.5 days. Notice has been up there for 5 days.
Oh, I don't. Thank you very much. I don't know why I thought you said 3. It's fine. Okay, never mind. Toggen's like, yeah, somebody could have gone over and told him, and then he could have left immediately. So, never mind. I'm not gonna ask a question. Go ahead, Micah.
all right. Scrambles pulls out a piece of paper or a notepad and a pen, and he says, pick a number between 1 through 5. Zadris.
3.
How am I saying that? Zardis? Cool.
Zardrius.
How does Zardrius? Thank you. Thanks, Togan. 3. Do you have any secret talents?
If necessary to defend myself or the family or the manor, I can breathe acid.
Ooh, that is a very cool talent. Acid breath. Bramble starts writing down acid breath. And then, if you could go back in time and give yourself advice at the age of 15, what advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
to continue to pursue my lifelong dream.
Well, not, you can't leave me hanging. What's your lifelong dream, if you don't mind?
To run a household of a great family.
Oh, that's a great answer. Such a
Well,
good answer. I look over at talking. That's a great answer.
me out of character is like, dang, well, this guy's gonna be real disappointed.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, man.
You guys have no faith in us, okay? I thought that was a great answer. You guys are killing me.
Oh no, it's for sure an amazing answer. I'm just
Yeah.
like, man, we are not a great family.
I thought the exact opposite. Man, that guy has struck gold. Look at how cool we are. Look at how fucking cool we are. Okay. All right. And if you had one day to live, Zadris, and you had one day to live, what would you do with that day?
I would make sure that my replacement knew their job well and knew my family well.
Man, these are great answers. They are tailored to the job.
Scrambles keeps leaning over to look across the table at Toggin like, serious? This guy's so good. He's writing it down. I don't think we asked you about wage. What do you want to get paid? This isn't a funny question. It's kind of more serious.
And this is the first time that he's shown any kind of real reaction, because he's sort of taken aback. He's the going rate for what we do is 5 gold a week. I would never dream of asking for more than that.
Okay. $5 gold a week. Super doable.
Keep in mind, weeks here are 10 days.
Yeah. This guy wants like...
So it's 15
2
gold a month.
day.
Yeah, 15 gold a month. That's some sauce. That's pretty easy. We got this. Well, I mean... Do you have any questions for us?
Thank you. Again, I thank you for this time that we have. You have given me to speak with you out of your busy day. Would I be given the ability to at least have a say when hiring staff?
Yeah. No, we'll let you do that. We do already have a cook. We have 2 cooks so far. I think that's all we have pretty much, and I think we're going to get some house cleaners.
Also have some children to feed the snake.
Yeah, we have some children feeding some of our snakes and stuff. We do have a couple of people who live here already down in the lower parts of the home. But she mostly keeps to herself anyway. But we would be looking for you to hire staff. Not even would you get to. We would hope that you would. And of course, in any kind of emergency or event where you would need to hire additional staff, that would be your call as well. And then if you didn't blend well with any of the current staff who we've already hired, we would have to discuss that. But we would love your input in future staff hiring. We just hired these people, so we don't want to fire them same day. You know, that's kind of rude.
And well, is there who would be the person I would be reporting to?
So it would be myself or Adabra. She's downstairs, and of course we'll introduce you to her. But me and Adabra pretty much.
when will you be making a decision? I'm sure someone as respected and well known as you all will have more than just me to interview. When will we know?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's safe to say by end of day, we'll let you know, if not sooner. If you want to, we'll send you with some gold, and you can go down and have a drink at the tavern there, and we'll come down and give everybody in the Stonehill Inn. We'll give you guys the announcement there,
Very
but you'll
good,
know
sir.
by end of day.
Very good, sir. If there's nothing else. And he does a half bow.
Rena, can you repeat what you said? Okay, man, you're cutting out. I only heard I'm hoping that he'll be, and then nothing else after that.
I'm working on.
He said he's working on it. Okay. And it looks like he fixed the echo, so I have him back on as well. Alright, so he walks out. Let me close that for the stream. Alright, so about half an hour later, your next appointment comes in. She is about 4'7" before adding on the horns. So about 4'9" if you count the top of the horns. And
You always count the horns. What are you talking about?
as she comes in, she comes to attention, kicks her heels, does a little nod. Not much more. Zardrius was very fluid. She is much more snap and pop and click. Very deliberate inner movements. Not a lot of movement beyond that. She'll say, I am handler. I have documents for you if you would like to peruse them. And she again is staring, standing still, at attention, staring just over your heads.
Yes, I would like to look at them. And so Toggin will hold a hand out for.
Okay, so she moves up, and there's a scroll case. She opens, takes out two letters. One is a school certification from Amen, which is the country to the south. That's where she received her training for business, and as they have it's a school of house management. And then the other letter is from the lady from a lady Nort, and she was also from a city to the south. Again, both of them have seals. If you want to give me perception, insight, you guys rolled perception last time, or investigation, they're just different DCs.
Yeah, if Toggin doesn't see anything wrong with them immediately, he's just gonna just nod as if he knows what's going on and pass them on to the next person.
Okay. So this one states that Handler was an excellent butler. This is her. She went through a 2-year after training time, and so this would be her first official place. But for later Nort, she did an outstanding job and they have no detrimental things to say about her.
Well, thank you for coming in, Handler. We appreciate you, and got a couple of questions here. Knock out some of the more formal ones. First off, how did you hear about the job?
Thank you for asking that question.
There was posting in. I'm looking to see. I didn't think I have. Well, hold on a second. I'm looking to see if there's any cities. No, this doesn't even have Amen on this map. There was a posting in Leilon that a friend of mine saw and told me about when she knew I was close to the end of my training. You guys would know Leilon is a city just to the south of you guys. If you look at here's the short coast map. So it's almost directly south west of Phandalin is Leilon. You guys, did you guys go there for anything? Let's see.
Don't think so.
No, you never have.
No.
Not since
That's
I've been
really
in
close
the
to the coast. I don't think we've been there.
No, but
Anything where?
to Leilon. It's to the south of you guys. It is. You probably have talked about it before because the dwarven excavation that you guys went to. One of the first things you guys did, with the ruins that were there and things that you talked to them about. They got their supplies, some of their normal supplies from Leilon. They got their mining equipment and stuff from Phandalin's Miner Exchange, but their food and things like that they got from Leilon. Anyway, so Leilon's south, and it's about 2 days travel to the city in Amen where she was.
Okay.
How long of a travel is it between here and Leilon?
It's less than a day because each hex is 5 miles. Well, it's about a day's travel, so it's like 25 miles away, and it's you make the average travel time is 24 miles a day, so it's about a day's travel.
Is that walking or?
That is considered to be average horse or walking time.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And next question is Scrumble's looking at a piece of paper, and he goes, "Is there anything that is that you just won't do? Anything that's off limits? Anything you don't like? You don't want to take out the trash? You don't like doing dishes? Whatever it may be? Anything crazy or out of the usual for this type of job that you just won't do?"
My body is my own.
Oh, absolutely. It's wild you have to even say that, but I understand. I get it. No one's gonna make you do anything with your body or to anybody. That's completely out of hand. All right.
Honestly, good on
Scrambles.
her for saying it though.
Scrambles feels really weird. He kind of looks over
Campbell's just really weird.
at like our all male panel, and then he's just like,
Well,
Now, hey
Luthien is there.
now.
he's looking over at Luthien like, hey, like nodding with his head, like, you gonna ask any questions now? No, nothing.
Lucy's looking at you and then just goes back to whatever she's working on. She's gonna shake her head as she goes back to just doing what she's doing.
Okay.
She's gonna
So
let you wallow in that one for a while.
that's just a weird thing to say, but okay. Scrambles is okay. Now for the fun stuff. Pick a number through 1 through 5.
1.
1. Do you have any secret talents?
Well, in the bedroom,
Wait, the other guy answered 3 and it was still the same question?
Yeah, I only realized that just because I had that question in here down as 1 and number 3. I guess I thought it was such a good question. I put it twice when I was copy pasting questions, so I deleted it as 3.
She says, like most in my profession, I am well trained to defend myself and the family to which I work. Like most of my race, if I am attacked, I can lash out with spells that I do control, so it is not you will be in no danger. But anybody who tries to attack this manor will have to come through me first.
Have to put him on a patrol then.
All right. Another question here. What was the last gift that you gave someone?
I gave my sister a pendant before I left.
Oh, that's cool. You have family nearby?
They are still in Amen.
Ah. All right. Just a couple more here, more informal. So just kind of get to know you stuff. If you had one day left to live, what would you spend your day doing?
So everybody give me a is it Constitution or would it be? Dadgummit. I've never used fancy grounds and everything I click takes a little bit. By the way, I included a thing called that's it's called Turbo. It's free on the fancy grounds Forge. That's supposed to make things run faster. And at least on my end, it does seem to be going a little faster. So, like when I as a DM, anytime I ask for something that has a lot of choices, it can take a while. So if I open up my pictures or my assets or my stories or my monsters, because I have so many to choose from, sometimes it can take a little while for it to load. All those things are going much faster now that I have this turbo on. So you should see things going a little faster even on your ends as well. Alright, so I say all that to say, give me a... I'm going to say either... I'm going to say it's a performance. And... or it could be...
Can I do
Alright, so first things first, give me a charisma saving throw. Or a... I'll say Constitution. They're just different. Either Charisma or Constitution. Charisma is going to be easier to pass. The lower DC. But either one.
In the tower?
How do you do that?
No, yes, in the tower. It's in the front page of your character sheet.
Under saves?
Yes, on the right side under saves.
Gee,
I'm
my
gonna
Constitution
regret
is plus
not
5. My Charisma is plus 0. I'm going to go Constitution.
Constitution's probably better for you then.
Because I don't think I can intimidate things I don't know. So I think I'm going to go with Constitution instead of Charisma.
All right.
Like my con's better than my charisma, but I'm like, well, he did say it'd be easier, so it's like,
I
well,
know. I'm with you.
So scrambles, it doesn't phase you at all. You don't even notice. It doesn't bother you at all. Luthien and Toggin, the fact that she has solid white eyes bugs you a little bit. Jackson, I need a performance check from you. I'll push it to you. Let's see. Click, click.
I thought that's just how tieflings all of their eyes
Scroll.
solid colors.
How many tieflings have you dealt with?
I don't know. I've probably met one or two. I know
Yeah, and
Jackson.
so you can't hide it either. You're just like staring. Every time she looks at you, you sort of look away quickly, stammer a little bit if you're answering questions and stuff. It's a little off-putting for you.
Is she doing that?
No, the fact that her eyes are just solid white as she's looking at you. They still
But it's
have,
not magical.
as far as you can know, you don't.
Okay.
Are you going to do your detect magic thing?
Yeah.
Just
No.
right in front of her.
Sure. Pendant.
Oh,
I'm not pendant. Her necklace is magic, but as far as you can tell, she's not. She
Not
looks at
seeing
you again,
anything.
and you don't see magic coming from her eyes. No.
okay.
All right. So your question was, what would she do with her last day? Is that what you said?
Yeah, if you had one day left to live, how would you spend your day? Let's assume
I
you
would
have an
find.
infinite amount of money and spells to get wherever you wanted to go to or buy whatever you wanted
I
to
would
buy.
spend it in water, whether it's the ocean or a lake or some large body of water.
Okay, cool. So I assume you can swim?
Yes, I am a very good, excellent swimmer.
Or to breach with Brett. That too. That'd be a good one to do. Final day.
All right.
Realizing now that I should have asked this to the other dude too, but
Turn.
out of curiosity, what languages do you speak?
That's a great fucking.
You're welcome. I
I
thought it
had
was a
that.
great question too.
I had that going into this. I was like, gotta ask them what languages they speak, and then I completely drew a
Yeah.
blank.
All right, I was just turning up Reno so I can hopefully hear him a little better. Um, give me just a moment. I speak Infernal, Common, of course, and I can stumble through a little goblin.
That sounds like ominous.
Yeah. That is good to know. And Hagen looks back at Scrambles to basically telling him, okay, go back to your questions.
Have you ever killed anybody?
Just out of left field.
How many people have you killed?
Throwing it out there.
I have not had the need to kill anyone. I know self-defense, but I've never had the need to kill anyone.
Gotcha. Okay, and last one. What would you expect to be paid? What would you like your salary to be, or at least your starting salary to be?
She sort of looks left and right, in clearly confused, and says,
Fuck.
It would be 5 gold a week. I wouldn't dream of asking for more."
Yeah, great. Definitely a doable salary. Did you have any questions for us? Please don't ask us about your body.
I need. Would I be given my own room? That with a
Yes,
locking door?
definitely. We can make that happen for you.
And I would. This is not a. I will still take the job if you say no, but I would like to be able to speak my piece when it comes to hiring others within the house.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna rely on you pretty heavily to run things around here when we're not here. You pretty much only answer to myself, and then of course, if I'm not here, Adabra. She's down in the basement of the home, and of course, we'll introduce you to her. But we would hope that you and her could work together to keep this place up and running, with you being the person who does the majority of the decision making around here. So definitely, you'd be able to speak your piece, and it would be taken under strong consideration.
Is anyone within the household a worshiper of Tiamat or Loth?
Ooh, good question. I don't think so. We got
Hey DM,
one.
do we
In the
know if
ideal.
anybody here is a worshiper of Tiamat or Lol?
If you right, or
I don't think so.
No, none of you are.
None of us are. I don't think Adabra does either. So I don't.
We
I
don't
don't
know
believe.
about creepy, but
I don't think we do have anybody who does that. We do have one fucked up guy who worships Rakdos, but other than that, pretty chill group around here. We can ask about the Tiamat thing though. We'll of course if it comes down to it, we are doing other interviews, but if it comes down to it, we'll for sure ask. Are you a hard anti that thing, or are you pro Tiamat, pro Lolth? How do you feel?
I would not feel comfortable under the same roof with one who worships either of those.
Oh yeah, I don't know a
fair,
ton about
they
them, but I
are
can.
evil
Yeah, I
gods.
don't know a ton about them, but that makes sense to me. So
Loth, we know that Loth is worshipped by Drow, the spider.
yeah.
Why do you
Oh, I
keep
thought that was
asking
Lilith.
that, Leah?
Is Lilith and Lolth different things? I thought
I
Lilith was
think you're
the
just
Drow one.
thinking of Loth.
Lilith
Oh, okay.
isn't a thing, as far as I'm
Oh,
aware of.
okay. Cool. Well then, yeah,
LOLTH, she's a half spider,
she's the
half.
spider thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
human.
Different things
Yep.
then. I was thinking of a whole different person. Oh, I'm thinking of the bad guy from Diablo, Lilith.
Yes.
Anywho, whole different game, whole different bad person. Gotcha. Well then, yeah, I don't think anybody in the house worships them. Like I said, we do have one weirdo who worships Rakdos, but pretty chill guy. Other than that, yeah, we're gonna give our final hiring decision at the end of day. Uh, if you go down to the inn, we'll be taking care of a drink and a meal for everybody down there, or I myself will. We'll let you guys know at the end of the day, and we'll talk to you then, Handler.
Okay. This isn't the best picture, but
That's a bad picture.
it is a picture.
This is a photo.
Not a good one, but it is a
Man,
photo.
This is sorta a
selfie.
picture. That's okay.
It's
All
a
right, yeah,
selfie.
All right.
that is a picture.
And Jackson, are you asking that question in Infernal?
Thank you to the general. Your chat, private chatting, so I just thought are you familiar with what familiar with what he's talking about?
You
More so
asked,
than
is
others.
she bisexual in Infernal? Are you asking that
Oh
actual
no,
question?
Please
No,
don't
no.
ask that out loud.
Okay.
Good God, if he
Please
says it out
don't.
Okay
loud.
with you.
If he asks that out loud, I don't think we can hire this person. Like, I
Okay.
wouldn't feel
No,
comfortable
fucking
hiring
with
her in the same
it's
household as Jackson.
All right, so she's if there's nothing else, and again she clicks her heels and does a little half bow. Um, she retrieves her documents and heads out. Um, and about 5 minutes later, this goblin comes in.
Oh, I forgot him.
He's wearing a monocle, clearly a wig of some sort. His suit is worn, but it looks like it's from. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like the cuts in it and stuff are recent. So, but it's very clean. It's just torn and has seen better days. As is all of his clothes, and he is wearing white gloves as he comes in and does a full half bow from at the waist and to where his nose almost touches the floor, and it comes back up, and reaches in his coat pocket, pulls out this little leather binding, and walks up, and when he walks, he's straight-legged. As he walks, doesn't really bend his knees much, and unfolds the leather, and there's a parchment in there. And he sets it down, and then rolls up the leather, puts it back in his jacket, turns around, walks back to where about 15 feet away from you guys, spins around. Master, Mr. Emerald, at your service. I do appreciate you taking the time. Not very many will even speak to one such as I, despite my training and upbringing. So I appreciate you taking the time to at least talk to me.
No problem at all, Mr. Emerald. We are a diverse group ourselves. We get it. So, got a couple of questions. Some of them are formal. Some of them are kind of fun. Just trying to get to know you, see if you're a good fit around here. Just to start off with a very basic one. How did you hear about the job position?
My nephew, Grimmy, sent me a message.
What? Scrambles is
Stating that
losing his shit on the other side of the table.
you were looking for someone, and he knew that I was not very happy where I was.
Okay.
So you look at
Scramble, you have to ask him how Grimmy is.
the note in front of you,
Yeah.
and you notice that it's a letter of recommendation, but it's dated about 5 years ago.
Dang. Okay.
And it's a glowing recommendation from the same commander that the Lord Darius, not Darius, Zardrius
Sardris.
worked under, and it's also giving Mr. Emerald glowing reviews, saying he did a very good job, and he does not allow his race to interfere or impede his
Service.
skills in any way.
Okay. Scrambles has absolutely no training in this whatsoever, but he seems kind of weird that they would both have worked under the same guy to Scrambles. It gives him a forgery feels. Can I roll to examine the letter to see if I can tell if Sardrius just wrote both of them a recommendation, or maybe they both went to the same person to get a fake recommendation, or what kind of feelings do Scrambles have
You
about
can.
this? Because
So again,
I
it's either
personally,
insight, perception, or investigation. They all have different DCs. Just
Alright.
drop it in the
Does that
tower.
help on that or no?
Go perception.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
Yeah, to me that just seems super strange. It doesn't seem that weird. It's not crazy weird because like maybe two people both
Insight.
work for like the CIA or like the Obamas or something, you know? But like I don't know, to me that just seems so strange.
All right. So if you think of a doctor,
Sure.
they go to school, and then they have their internship
Yeah.
where they work for a hospital for a year, 2 years, depending on the internship, before they actually
Sure.
become a full-fledged doctor. And they're considered a doctor during the internship, but it's not real
Hmm.
type thing. I don't really know myself all the details about that particular aspect of it, but this is very similar.
Okay.
If you go to the school up in Baldur's Gate, there are a couple households that take in the newly trained butlers, and they
Okay.
train under these people for like an internship for an undetermined. You guys wouldn't know the details that, but basically he had his internship in the same place that Sardrius did,
Okay.
just different time periods.
Gotcha. Scrambles writes down on his piece of paper, not his letter of recommendation, on his notepad, and he writes down, I don't think I can be impartial for this interview, so I'm gonna let you do it. And then he puts a period and he hands the paper over to Taugen. And the paper has the questions that I've been asking people.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What?
um, you're gonna have to walk me through what questions you've got.
Ask him to roll a 1 through 5. I have the questions for you.
Mr. Emerald, please choose number between 1 and 5.
Why, 5, of course.
And
Perfect.
then Micah gets to say the question, and that question is coming out of Toggen's mouth.
Gotcha.
I'll just give it to you here. It's in the chat. Boom.
What
What advice?
advice would you give to yourself at age 15?
You know how it is.
Be more sure of yourself and understand that not everyone despises goblins.
Right, you are.
That's a great answer, guys. That was good.
Yeah. We
What
concur.
other questions do you have, Micah? What else am I seeing on this paper?
How many languages do you speak? Oh, Scrambles will just pipe out with that. Yeah, no, I forgot to ask. How many languages do you speak?
And what are they?
Give me just a second. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. There it is. All right.
Oh, I'm not supposed to understand that. Right? Like this.
What's his name?
There's like a fuckload of languages, guys.
I know. Oh, he's not done.
I don't know most of these languages.
I was like, I'm not supposed to understand those, and I had to change my comprehend languages in my languages because I'm like, I'm not supposed to know all these.
I know Dwarvish. There.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one.
I caught Elvish.
It's either.
Oh, you got that one? Yep.
Oh, that was Elvish? Okay. I'm like, it's either Elvish or Sylvan, I think. No idea what that is.
That one's just Webdings. Don't worry about it. That might genuinely be Webdings. I cannot.
I don't think so.
I don't know. That first symbol seems real sketchy, real suspect.
Ooh, Luthien pipes up for the first time.
EU. Nordic. Some weird Viking style language.
My God. Man, he speaks more languages than I do.
How many do you speak?
Maybe we should hire him just for the sake of having a translator around the house.
Bro, for real, can we just hire him as a translator?
I think that's like 9 languages.
Were you
3,
counting?
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think it's 9.
There's 8 in there, and then he speaks common, because obviously.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So you are able to realize that he knows deep speech, draconic, dwarvish, elvish, halfling, orc, and undercommon, and then of course common and goblin.
You know,
Wow.
Infernal?
10 languages, I think.
No, he does not know infernal.
Man, I'm realizing now that we really should have asked Sardrius what languages he speaks.
I mean,
Yeah, he's giving me this guy does because this guy, he's a advanced, in the field.
huh.
Makes sense.
Scrambles goes, we do want to know, did you have a starting wage that you would like? What would you request for your starting wage?
And he sort of jerks a little bit. His head moves back a little bit. It be the. I would be insulted to take anything but 5 gold a week.
Okay, I have a question. Why has everybody seemed surprised at that question?
That is what a good butler is paid. This is on occasion the master of the house may grant us some sort of boon or bonus, but 5 gold a week is simply what is paid. That is just what you do.
Man, I've just made the decision. I think we should pay whoever we do hire 6 gold a week.
Or 7 even. Why not?
Yeah, 5 is a good starting wage. They should definitely give more than that.
The fact that they have to put up with all of our shenanigans, they should
Okay.
definitely be paid more.
To be fair, I remember Sven saying that the average person makes 1 gold a week. So
Yes. Yeah, this is a good job.
this is a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like salary negotiation is a thing. Like no matter what job you do, you should negotiate your salary. It's
Apparently
the
not for butler
yeah,
jobs.
that's like number one. They need like a union where they're like talking to each other and seeing how much everybody else is getting paid, and they need to figure it out.
Well, apparently everybody's getting paid 5 gold a week, but
Yes.
Yeah, or is that just something that all the masters tell them? Because that doesn't seem that crazy. Anyway,
Yeah. So, by the way, he's in deep speech. He said, "I know the language of the deep." In Draconic, he said, "I can speak with dragons." In Dwarvish, he said, "I am familiar with the language of the mountains." In Elvish, he said, "I can even converse with the tall, pointy ears." In Halfling, he said, "I call many small ones my friend." In Orcish, he said, "The savage ones can be brutal." And in Undercommon, he said, "And the ones below are not to be trusted." And in Goblin, he said, "I do not need to say I speak the tongue of my race."
gotcha. Scrambles will lean forward. He goes, well, "That's all I got. You guys got anything else?"
Doing good.
it is informal question, but do you want to ask how Granny is doing? She seems to have talked to him recently. We're Totkin's like saying this quietly just in case he doesn't actually want to ask.
Okay.
No, I'll ask him later at the bar. We're gonna see him down there anyway. We gotta tell him at some point. Well, Mr. Emerald, that's it for us. Did you have any questions for us? I don't remember if we asked or
Oh
not.
wait, there is one more question. That
Oh, go ahead.
is there anything that in this line of work that you will not do?
Oh, feed the snake.
Toggin glanced at a different. He like flipped over the page and there was the other question. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one."
I don't have that written down anywhere.
You do now.
If there is anything that I would not do myself, I'm sure I can make sure it gets done.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
It's a
Did
good
we
answer,
all
guys.
did we already ask him if he has any special skills?
No, we didn't ask about his talents.
Do you have any special talents?
I am a bit more dexterous than people would think I am. And he does sort of like a partial cartwheel, goes to, plants himself on one hand, holds himself, balances on one hand, and the other hand is holding his wig in place for about 15 seconds and then comes back up.
Oh, that's awesome. Scrambles, claps. Very cool. That was a cool talent, and I'd like to mention his answer from before about the stuff he doesn't do didn't make me feel weird at all. Great answer. Felt super normal. Definitely something to talk about during an interview. Not a weird, traumatic answer. Great
To be
answer.
fair, I'm
Man, this
also like,
guy
what did
does
that
not get.
poor girl go through?
Well, I mean, like in her line of work, being female, like I get it. But
Oh, I
I'm
Scrambles
get
also
it too,
also
but
thinking like
also,
more.
Scrambles
This dude
also
is
felt
gonna
that way,
walk
but he didn't
away.
like feeling that way, okay? He
Yeah.
he knows that people do bad stuff. Don't gotta talk about it all the time, okay? It makes it weird for everybody. This is first time meeting you. Let's get that on the second date at least. Let's not open the door with some weird shit. So Scrambles really
Okay.
appreciates the great answer. Doesn't make me feel weird. Cartwheel's awesome. Yeah. I
This poor guy is gonna walk on his own down to the tavern, thinking that you were like being sarcastic about that, and
no,
like so. I know.
genuinely,
yeah.
Just the way that
maybe
you said
it might sound
it.
sarcastic. Okay, well, hey, that was awesome, and we're going to be making our decisions tonight. Um, we are going to meet. There's you and two other candidates that we're meeting down at the something inn. I can't remember because I put my map away. The Stonehill Inn. We're going to buy dinner and a drink. If you want to grab yourself some food and something to drink, I'll pay for that. The other two candidates are Zadrius and Handler. Zadrius is
It's the
a
Stonehill Inn, by the way.
yeah, the Stonehill Inn. Yeah, Zadrius is the half dragon-born human dude. Handler is the purple tiefling lady, and we'll meet you down there, and we'll let one of you guys know. We're gonna make a decision amongst you three. Before I go, is there anything that makes you better than those two? That makes you stand out? The reason why I shouldn't pick them, but definitely should pick you. If you have any, you might know Zadrius. He worked for your previous employer.
I have much experience, and I have lived many years, well beyond the years of most of my kind, and I can use these skills to help run the manor. And I am many times, if we are dealing with outsiders, many times I can be underestimated and overlooked.
Yeah, I can imagine that you've gone through that terrible hardship. Trent scrambles like leans forward and looks at the whole table. Sounds really sad that you went through that life experience. Can't imagine how tough that would be. Anyway,
I'm so glad that Scrambles immediately disclosed that he's biased.
If I may, I would like to know which one of you I would be dealing with directly.
so most of the time, while I'm here, it'll be me. I run the manor. I'll be first in command, and then while I'm not here, I would count on you. And then there is one other person downstairs. Her name is Adabra. She's my second in command, so you would be reporting back to her whilst I'm not here. But we would really hope that you would take up the gauntlet as butler and really run this as much as possible as you could. We would leave a lot of decisions in your hands, and really be entrusting you with a decent amount of power over the decisions for the manor itself. And anything big, of course, would be gone through myself or Dabra if I'm not here. Does
Very
that sound
well.
okay?
I thank you again for your time. He, again, straight legs, walks up and picks up his letter, folds it into his leather protectorate, puts it back in his pocket, turns around. If there's nothing else, and again does a big deep bow, and then stands up and walks up. All right, so we will take our break. You have 10 minutes to do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back at 8:45 or 10
Honestly,
minutes from now.
props to Sven for being willing to do just a bunch of job interviews. They suck. So good for you for being willing to do that. They were all great answers. I mean, like, if I was an employer, which I am role playing as, I'm like, damn, these are some good choices.
Yeah, these are all good. None of these guys are scrubs. Okay, see you guys after the break.
All right, we are back doing a little bit of interviews for the job. Does anybody else need the images? All right.
I'm all good.
Throw them on the chat. I mean, on the stream. All right, so go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. What are you guys thinking?
They all have good qualities.
They all had really good answers. I think Toggin liked Zardrius a lot. Followed up by Mr. Emerald. Look, man, he does not. After hearing how Jackson was talking about her and how Scrambles made it weird after, he does not feel comfortable putting Handler into this household. Uh,
Yeah, I don't want her here
not
either.
any issue with her. It's just I don't feel comfortable putting her in that situation.
I don't feel comfortable around her at all. Hey, my name's Scrambles, and I'm here to kill the goblins. By the way, when I was a kid, my parents killed other kids in front of me. Oh, does it have anything to do with this? No? Okay. Yeah, super weird, oversharing. Not a
You
fan of that.
asked her if there was anything she wouldn't do.
I understand that. I understand that. Still weird. Still a weird thing to talk about. That's a given.
Yeah, it's not a given with everybody, which is why she had to say it, which is why I get it. But like,
Okay, so what else?
She didn't have to say it. So just throwing it out there. I've been to a million job interviews myself. I've never once felt the need to say that I'm not going to fuck people or do weird shit with my body.
different times.
So I took kind of like notes on all of them, just what I thought were highlights. Scramble says, handler. She speaks 2 languages. She's a great swimmer. She wants to have a final say in hiring people, and this is her first official job. That was what I had down for her. Some of the negatives. She's never killed anybody. I don't know if that's good or not, but never killed anyone. Seems kind of
Some
strange
people
to me.
file that in the positive section, but okay.
Sure. Could be a positive. No, you're right. Definitely right, Toggin. That's a strong positive to some people, but I don't know. Zardius, I have a very respectful. Wants to say in staff just like Handler said, and I put down here well spoken is what I have for him. And then Mr. Emerald, he bowed at the beginning and the end of the meeting. I don't think the other 2 bowed at all or shook anyone's hand.
They bowed when they entered.
Did they?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I didn't have it in my
Smaller,
notes.
little ones.
Yeah.
More of a head nod.
Yeah, I don't remember either of them bowing or even curtsying or bending at the waist. Because I would have put it down.
I specifically remember them doing that.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back and watch the tape. But anyway, yeah, I had he bowed twice. He speaks 9 languages. He's the only one who had a good answer for my question of, was there anything you're not willing to do? He put that he said that he would find a way to do the thing. Whatever it was, he'd find a way to do it. I think that's a great answer. Didn't make me feel weird.
Again?
I don't remember what Zadrius said because I don't know if I asked him.
You
To be
did
honest,
ask him.
to be completely honest, I don't
what
remember.
his answer was.
His response was similar in that there's nothing. He has not come across anything that he and the master of the house could not come to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, anything they couldn't come to an agreement on. That's another good answer. But coming to an agreement is different than I'll find a way to get it done. And I like the second attitude better.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Emerald better. is my opinion. The only reason was several reasons. For one, I think he will be willing to work the hardest. He seemed to have the least amount of self kind of like pompousness, not a great way to say it, but he seemed least proud of himself than the other two, especially Zadrius, who seemed very well spoken but really fancy. I think he might be too qualified for what we need, which is a dumb thing to say, but I think technically he might be too qualified. I didn't really like Handler. She gave me weird vibes. I don't want to
My
leave her in
God.
charge of anything,
Okay. Sounds good.
but I mean, that's my opinion. Jackson, what do you think?
I think Mr. Emerald is perfect.
I
Thank
will
you.
also say, just this is not saying that Mr. Emerald is bad candidate, but and then Hagen like points to the note that Scrambles. He like holds up the notepad and points to the "I cannot be indifferent" on this whatever your exact wording was. He points to that and he's
Yeah,
like, just
he knows
saying that
he's
is something
related to
that he
Grimmy.
said at the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. He knows Grimmy, which is cool. Also, I'll say this: he knows Grimmy, so like he knows goblins and like the crazy shit goblins get up to. I think if we bring a dead body home, he's the one who's going to ask the least amount of questions. I think he's willing to look the other way on some not so great behavior.
Are you planning on bringing many dead bodies home?
Yeah, we kill people all the time. I have a
Yeah, but
backpack
we
full of
just
dead
leave them
animals.
there.
I have a backpack full of dead animals. I mean, we've done some sketchy. We have a snake pit. We have a snake pit, guys. We have
The
a
snake has
slime.
not eaten anyone.
We have a slime in the basement. That we have two
Okay, that is the best way to get rid of a body, though, I will
sketchy
say.
things. I mean, we got all sorts of weird stuff here. I don't know. I'd
I
be
did.
fine if we wanted to leave it up to a vote, because I think there are. How many of us are there? One, two, three. There's four of us. Dang it. Adabra. Do
She
we think we
wasn't
should
here
give
for
her a vote?
the.
Because that's
She
5 people.
wasn't
That would
here
give
for
us a
the.
definitive answer, I think.
She wasn't here for the interviews, though. That's the thing.
That's fine. We can give them their names and just their what race they are. Do you think that's a fair, objective way to present them to her?
Why don't you do the vote first and see if there's a tie?
Okay.
I
You guys want
did
to do a
like
vote
that
first?
Sargius has lots of experience because I do not know
Yeah,
anything about these. I think that he has insights that I don't.
I agree. I think Sargius was very experienced.
So, Luthien, what did you
And
think?
also, same price for each of these people.
Yeah, they all
Still,
went 5 gold a week, which is wild. I think Zardrius was at a disadvantage because he went
he
first,
was the first one.
so we didn't have all of the questions to ask him.
We don't know how many languages he speaks.
I mean, honestly, we have all the time in the world. We can go get him from the tavern and bring him back. It's not like it would be an inconvenience to us as the players. It'd be real easy to do.
Frankly, yeah. Why don't we just go get him and ask him, and then we
We can
know.
also just do a caveat. If he speaks more than 4 languages, we'll hire him. If he speaks less than 4 languages, we hire someone else. If
Yeah.
that's your
Honestly, the
main thing.
languages is a perk, but I don't think we need to really. I would rather have somebody run the house well than speak a million languages.
Oh, for sure.
I agree.
I was
Being a
just
better
like,
house manager
I'm
is
just
good.
like kicking myself in the ass for like not
Asking. Yeah.
not asking because I knew like last week that okay, gotta ask them what languages they speak. I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be like the only question like I present to the thing, and I fucking forgot.
Yeah, all the other questions that I had for them were questions that I thought up on the spot, and then I thought, oh, that's a good question. I should probably ask all of them that question.
We also did not ask him how he found out about the job.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that. This has nothing to do with Mr. Esmeralda, but how in the hell does Grimmy know we're trying to be out here hiring people? I'm just gonna throw it out there, guys. You guys don't know Grimmy that well. I thought he was gonna be like eaten by wolves that we had given him charge of. Like, that's the amount of confidence I had in Grimmy. And apparently, word has reached him that we're trying to get a butler, like, or service for the house. That seems kind of crazy. I don't know about.
Which means that he or somebody he knows has seen job posting within the last 5 days.
Yeah, that seems pretty
And he
wild.
hasn't come and visited.
Yeah, it's Grimmy. It just seems really weird to me, guys, that he would know. But maybe that's something we can figure out another day. I don't know. All right. Well, did we decide what we're doing? Are we going to vote? How are we doing this?
So
We
if you
can write all
guys
their names down on
want it to
paper and
be anonymous,
anonymous.
you can whisper to me, and I will just say what the tally is. You can have like someone who writes well put all three people, and then you guys just put an X next to the one you want, so no one knows who does what. Or you can just say it out loud. I think the only one who hasn't said anything is really Luthien.
I honestly, it's kind of hard because my character really doesn't care a whole lot. I like Zarius. Personally, I like Zarius or Mr. Emerald the most. Handler was alright. She didn't really make her uncomfortable. She wasn't impressed by her either. But those are my 2 cents because Luthien truly does not care. She thinks the manor is cool, but she's also like, ultimately, it's not my manor. I'm just a guest here in her mind. So she knows that they want her input, but she really doesn't care a whole lot.
Well, that's a great call. Let's do a vote then, and just do the three of us, because Luthien doesn't care.
Yeah, that works for me.
And
With
I want
lucky, you get one of each person has one of them.
Oh, that would be the worst. Yeah. I think.
If that is the case, I'll be the tiebreaker. How about that?
Sure. Sounds fair. So let's all write a name down on a piece of paper, and then on 3, we'll flip it over.
Yeah, or you can sort of just send me a whisper and tell me what the names are.
Send me one so I can get it up.
Sure. All right. I'm going to send you mine.
No, he wants a whisper so I can.
I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Scrambles is not mine saying his vote out loud. Whatever the group wants. He wants to make sure that we're accommodating to the housemates, aka my buddies. Where's the DM? Are you camera or what are you? Oh, I can right click Dice Tower.
All right, so it's very clear. None of you were that impressed by Handler, and it could have gone either way with Mr. Emerald and Zodris because both of them were mentioned by everybody. It was either Mr. Emerald first, or Zardrius, or Mr. Emerald. But Mr. Emerald came out ahead.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm glad that you guys liked Emerald as much as I did. Zardrius is really good, and I think maybe it's just because he didn't go first. Like I said from the beginning, I won't lie. I really like Grimmy, and I think it's cool we get to meet some of his family. So hopefully he doesn't let us down. And hey, if he does let us down, we know who to contact.
Assuming they still want the job.
Yeah, we'll pay him. If We'll offer him 7 gold.
Ooh.
They never turned that down. Those crazy big numbers. Anyway, I think we got the good news. Let's go down to the tavern, and we can meet with these guys and talk to them. Maybe see if some of them want to come on our adventures. I'm pretty sure they won't because they're trying to be butlers, but never hurts to offer somebody to come with us.
It does not seem like something in the wheelhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, probably gonna be a no, but hey.
Considering handlers told us that she's never killed anybody, and Zardrius has only said that if the house is in danger and stuff, I can
Yeah,
breathe acid. So,
true. True.
Reno, are you trying to whisper?
So if you right click on the
Dice Tower.
dice
Bruh.
tower, you can just go to 3 o'clock. Typing all that stuff can be annoying, but you can. Either way works. I'm not using the other guys anymore because it's unnecessary. They put it in the thing now. Alright, so a little button that has my name on it is gone. Anyway, there we go. You can also whisper to camera. The stream will see it, but I think Mantha is the only one who might have it. I don't even know if she's watching it. So
I have stream up.
I mean, I've got
Okay.
the stream up. I don't really look at it beyond like checking chat to see if anything's been redeemed.
I redeemed the sad trombone earlier.
Yes,
It
I
was
did see
delayed.
that.
It was delayed, but I got to hear it, so I'm really happy.
Yeah. All right, so you guys
I'm glad you made it a Biddy's thing.
you tell Mr. Emerald, and so I'll add him to the staff
And then
when he shows up. Oh, that sounds like what? Why is that there? It's a different thing. Player notes manner. Think so. Now your upkeep jumped from 9 to 14 a week.
gotcha.
Oh, are we paying him only the 5, or are we going to pay him the 6 that we kind
And
of checked about?
I am she, my baby, BU. All right, so he would be here.
It doesn't matter if I don't have anything.
As I mentioned before, Clam does want to be referred to as
Chef Clam.
Chef Crowder. I mean Chef Cracker, and
Cracker.
he does want to be referred to as Mr. Emerald.
Mr. Emerald. All right.
Good to know.
Easy to do.
So his first win, I'm probably going to forget, so I'll just mention it now. On his first day of work, he will have new clothes.
Okay.
And let's see. All right, I can move the stuff in. All right, so last thing is the housekeeping / maid person. And go ahead.
Before we move on from that, I'm going to pay the bar tab for the 3 of them for their food and their drink. I offered each one of them food and drink. And then,
Okay. It's 4 silver.
okay, if either of the other 2 who we did not hire needed room for the night because they traveled to get into town, I will cover that as well.
All right, so that's another 2 more silver, so total of 6
So
silver.
6 silver, okay. And then, barring his approval by Adabra, we'll bring him down to meet Adabra. Does she seem okay with hiring Mr. Emerald?
Yes.
Okay. Then when we get upstairs, we agree to all the stuff, and I give him a 5 gold piece sign-on bonus.
Okay.
I'm going to take that out of my personal stash and just give him 5 pieces of sign-on. Really excited about you being here. Here's 5 gold pieces.
All right.
We're going to interview for, what are we interviewing for next? Maids?
Cleaning stuff.
Yes.
Cleaning staff. If you want to sit in on that, you're more than welcome to. If not, we're just going to hire whoever we think would do best job.
Okay, so he will.
I
Similar
think he'd
to.
want to be there.
Actually, no. I want to do it sort of like the Men in Black, just to be funny, where he just takes a chair. He's a butler. He wouldn't ever do that.
Yeah.
So
But it would be funny.
he'll bring in something to sit on, and we'll join you guys. All right.
Perfect.
So thank you to Mantha, who helped out with a lot of these pictures. You said you wanted 2, so I have 6. But really, as I was thinking about it, you're really only hiring 1 main housekeeper. So the one,
Right.
we're going to call her the housekeeper. The rest of them will be maids or house cleaners, but not in charge. So you know what I'm saying? So the one you're interviewing for or talking to will be the one who is in charge of everyone else. And
Like the head maid.
I didn't keep. If you want to, we can do as in depth as we did with the butlers. I mainly did that because they are the most important in my view. They're going to have the most responsibility. So, I did a lot more in-depth stuff
Backstory.
with them.
I agree.
With these, if you want to ask questions, absolutely. But I'm just going to go through these similar to like I did with the blacksmith. Give you basic information, and then if you have follow-ups, let me know.
Yep.
So I do have 6. You can hire. Some of these may be willing to come on as part of the staff, but you're mainly looking for the one. All right, so looking for maids. Here's my first picture I have for you guys. Oh wait, no, that's a maiden. Never mind. That's
Nope.
a different picture.
I out loud just went, but I was muted. I was like, nope. The ring girl? No, thank you.
Good thing we don't have any TVs for her to crawl out
7
of.
maids. I'm out.
All right.
I'm like,
Because
that's not one of the
gritty,
pictures I found.
All right.
It's a very gritty movie. Very gritty.
That's a good movie.
Yes. And as one quick aside, I don't want to go off too far of a tangent, but there's also there's the ring, which was good for what it did, and it was the first one to have that weird stop motion action and stuff. But if you go back to the original Japanese one, the graphics are nowhere near as good, but the story is better. So
yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Isn't it the same story though?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's similar, but not the same. And the Japanese one is better, in my opinion. All right, so
I agree.
First one that comes in is male dwarf. Name is Dormjor. He comes from a large clan. While he's never run a house like this in this particular way, he was the oldest of 8 children in his clan, and he pretty much made sure everything got cleaned and taken care of before he left. He's been doing odd jobs since then. He knows how to fight, but he wants to settle down, and he likes seeing things clean. He's looking for 3 electrum a week, and he will.
What the fuck's an electrum?
Electrum's
half a gold. So
Okay,
a gold and a half a week. And he also wants to be able to hire and fire the cleaning staff.
I think you have to work first before you can see that right away.
So that's Dorm Drawer. Do we want me just to go through them all, then you can ask questions, or pause briefly, or how do you want to do this?
I'm not going to ask any questions unless some crazy
Okay.
shit happens.
I think just going through them is probably
Like if one of them has like a tentacle face or something, I might ask a question that's probably inappropriate, but
Okay.
until I see some crazy shit, I'm just going to hear them out. That's my personal opinion.
Klana is from Vandalin. She has she's recent she's a recent widower, but and she's has a daughter and has been working for my mind's from blank. Where is my map? Vandalin. She's very appreciative of, there it is, what you guys have done for the town and for this village, and all the improvements that have been done, and all the money that you put into the town. She used to work for, or she still does work for, Harbin Wester, but she's willing to move up here and take over cleaning up here. She's one of 2 people that work for Harbin Wester cleaning its place. And she's asking for 1 gold and 1 silver for every 2 staff. So 1 gold for herself, and then for every 2 staff that she's in charge of, she wants 1 silver. Then there is a female halfling. She comes in. She's what you think of when you think of like a British maid or housekeeper or something. She's no nonsense, pretty
like the super nanny,
direct, not rude or anything, but just straight to business, and not quite as refined as some other people might be, but it looks like she knows what she's doing. Her name is Miss Dusty, and she is from Neverwinter. She recently the family she was working for hired a younger, prettier human, and basically kicked her to the curb after the woman of the house got remarried. And she's looking for 1 gold, 1 electrum for each staff, member of the staff that she's in charge of. And she also wants to be in charge of hiring and firing the cleaning staff. So if a couple of these will have an income based on how many people they're in charge of, and that's what they're going for. So for example, if you have her and 4 people that she's hired, then she would get 3 gold a week. If she has 12 people working for her, then she'll have 7 gold a week. If she's by herself, she gets 1 gold a week. So that's same thing, similar thing with Klana. And again, that's just what they're starting with.
Sounds reasonable. I mean,
so basically, the more work they're doing, the more people, more responsibility they have, the more they want to get paid for some of them. Some of them are straight flat, like Dorm Drawer. All right. The next one trying to find the image. Okay, here it is. Oh wait, no, that's not the right image. Hold
That's
on.
not one of the ones I found, guys. Just want to throw it out there. I didn't choose that one.
And I mean, Miss Doubtfire was a maid, okay? Let's not write him off right away. Hello.
All right, the next one is a human male named Saget. He worked at the lumber mill that you guys remember the Ramirez were.
Ramirez.
The guys, the big bug creatures you guys fought.
Yeah, the
Onkegs.
sandworm tragedy.
I'm thinking
The
Ramirez are as if they're in the ice. They're the Onkegs. Sorry, the Onkegs were there. You went to logger camp and you cleared out the Onkegs that were there. He's sort of. You can tell. He says he's just looking for a different career and things. You can sort of tell that being attacked by these Onkegs and stuff really messed him up, and so he's looking for a new career. He's in charge of running a team of workers, so he thinks that he can transfer that to running a team of house cleaners, and Saget is looking for 5 silver a week, and then 2 silver for each staff that he's in charge of. That's what he was paid at the loggers camp, so he's just transferring that over to here. All right, and then next one is a rather. Here we go. There, perfect. Next one is Ingvi. She's a half-orc. She worked at an inn in Neverwinter, and was basically the maid there, cleaned all the rooms, ran that. When she was in charge of one other person, just because she was senior to them, so she made the choices and she was held responsible when things didn't get done. She's looking for 2 gold a week and wants to hire and fire the cleaning staff. And then there is next one is a very tall, skinny, especially for his race, dwarf named C. And if you zoom in on his name tag, you can see his name says C. He shows you that he knows the mending cantrip, the minor illusion cantrip, and prestidigitation. So he can do a lot of the stuff himself. He's picked these things up over the years, and so he's has never been in charge of anyone else. He usually does the work himself, and that's one of the reasons why he learned these cantrips, so that he could clean up faster and easier on his own. He worked for a wizard, and the wizard never came back from an adventure, so he's now looking to take his cleaning skills and employ them here. He would like 1 gold a week plus 1 silver for every staff. And the next one comes in. Chest is all puffed up. Walks in. plants his fists on his hips, says, "My name is Clyde, and I'm from Fandelver and Fandolin, whatever the hell the name of the city is, and and it's just me and my pa. But I can tell you, if you put me in charge, you will have the cleanest house in all of Fandolin. And you, even though you might just see a kid, I can tell you I can do this, and you will have a great house clean every day. And I would like 1 silver a day." And that's Clyde. Lives in Vandalin.
Guys, even if he's not our main maid, we gotta hire this kid. I love him already.
Alright, so there are your choices. You've got Dormjor, Ingvi, Saget, C, Klana, Klein, and Miss Dusty.
Thanks everybody for coming out. We're gonna do a quick huddle, and we'll get back with you guys in a tight 30 minutes or less. If you could all just step outside the front of the manor, we'll let you know who's hired. We appreciate everyone coming out, every last one of you.
And
when
you do see
everybody
there's
steps
one
outside.
other person who's sort of hanging back.
Wait.
And she comes in and she says, I didn't want to interrupt, but because I'm not really looking to run the place, but I would like to be to work here. So if once you all have made your decision, just let them know that that I'm interested. And her name is Farine. I don't know why he didn't put it in here like he did all the other ones.
Is she winking in this photo, or is her eye swelled shut? I cannot tell.
She's winking in the photo.
Okay.
I don't know why it says Vandalin Girl. Her name is Farine.
I also thought about that too. I was like, just a random touty. Okay.
But yeah, she's not looking to be hired as the housekeeper. She just wasn't sure when else to come. So
Gotcha.
there you go. All right.
Hey, we appreciate you, Farine. We will let whoever we end up hiring know what's going on.
Indeed.
And she's blushing and sort of does a little half curtsy and leaves. She's very impressed with Scrambles especially, but also Jackson and the Goliath. And a bit intimidated as she runs out. All right. So you've got these 6.
All right. Well,
It's on you, man.
I don't know. I thought they all had some cool stuff. I'm just gonna throw out my favorite too, see what sticks with you guys. So, I thought I liked Misty a lot. Thought she was cool. And I liked Saget.
Miss Dusty.
Yeah, Miss Dusty. Saget, he seemed real cheap. I like that. I like that he seemed to be the cheapest one of the group.
Well,
And
Clyde was the cheapest.
Clyde was absolutely the cheapest.
Just to start off, everybody, we're hiring Clyde for sure, right? Like,
we're hiring him
do
for
anything.
sure, but
He can
I
just
don't
do anything here, right?
Yeah.
And we're okay with that?
Absolutely. We are hiring him for
Clyde
sure.
can do
I don't
anything.
think as the head maid, but like as a maid or anything, yes.
Right, I'm gonna give him his own job. I'm just gonna make him like manager of recycling.
Well, you have his stables,
Yeah.
right? You can make him a little stable boy.
If this kid get kicked by a horse and it's my fault, I will never live. I won't be able to live with myself. I'm gonna give him a job I know he won't get hurt at.
It's
I don't
fair.
know. Hey, let's put him in charge of the 2 boys that feed the snake. Because now there's 3 boys feeding the snake with 1 in charge. You guys think that's fair? We'll pay him the whatever silver he wanted. Because I don't know. Or we could just make him a houseboy. I don't know. Just do something. But we gotta hire
Yeah.
He
him.
could be a
So
bellboy
Klein is
or a
10
mailboy.
silver is 1 gold, right? So he's 1 gold a week.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
he was the only one that said it in silver per day. So
Yeah. Which
And
I
it was
think is kind of a
clear
wild.
he had no idea what he was talking about. He's like,
yeah.
1 silver a day.
Yeah. That
I
sounds
think-
good.
And so
He also mentioned his dad at some point. Like, I don't know if we're also hiring this kid's dad, but
no, he said right
I
now.
think
He
he
said
meant
now it's just
it's
him.
just-
His mom's dead. Is what he meant.
So he's
oh,
trying to help out.
that
his
is
dad.
awfully
It's
sad.
just him and his
Now I
pa
feel
now.
terrible. Damn, he's got a dead dad too.
No,
Shit,
his
we
dad's
gotta hire
alive.
him.
His dead mom.
I know, but still sad. Okay, so for sure we're
Not
hiring.
quite a Disney
He's got it.
princess thing.
He doesn't have a dead daddy yet. I mean,
He's not a Disney princess yet. Then
We're hiring Clyde.
almost.
A gold a week is not that bad. I'll pay him out of pocket. I'm gonna give him a job doing something. But as far
No,
as the
no,
other
no.
people,
He will be part of household. It will be from household. Thing. I
Okay,
also want
sounds
to
good.
hire this kid.
he's got so much determination and gumption. That's awesome. Remember that advice that Mr. Esther, what's his dad's
Mr.
name?
Emerald?
Mr. Emerald said. He said that if he could go back in time and tell his 15-year-old something, he would tell him to be more sure of himself, and also that people don't always hate goblins, which isn't really relevant in the latter part, but the first part, this kid is the embodiment of that. So Klein's in for sure.
For short.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great joke, Togan. As far as everybody else goes, I liked Miss Dusty. I liked Saget. I think Ingervy. I don't know. She's cool to look at. Scramble says that out loud. She's fun to look at. But I don't know. That's pretty much my opinion. That's what I think. What do you guys think?
Now, again, none of these are set in stone. You guys haven't negotiated anything with anybody.
Yeah.
But Ingvi is also the most expensive.
Yes. Is in Saget it was the cheapest if I remember correctly. Correct? He wants 2 silver.
5
Plus-
silver plus
He went-
2 a week
Yeah. That's
Plus 2
dirt
per
cheap.
per
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has no
yes,
cleaning
he's
experience.
the least expensive.
Least expensive, yeah.
He has managerial experience, not specifically with cleaning, though.
Yeah, and I can't speak to everybody else, but me and Jackson were there when we went out to see what happened at that lumber mill. It was fucked up, guys. Like, there were dead people all over the place. There were people in holes hiding when we got there. It was really sad. Doesn't mean we have to pick him. I'm just saying, it was a fucked up situation. This guy's crazy. He's a survivor. Like, that's wild. I'm sure they all have terrible backstories too. I don't know. I like Misty. She'd be my choice for sure, but I don't care. What do you guys think?
Yes, he means Miss Dusty. And, Luthien, you've been pretty quiet over there. Are you on mute? Is that why we can't hear you? And you've been talking this whole time?
I'm sorry. What?
Do you any input?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. My brain has shut down at this point, so I have no input whatsoever.
It's cool. We're hiring.
I
a
got
janitor.
through the butlers, and then my brain's like, we're all done listening to people. So I've been doing stuff on my phone and just listening to the chitter chatter behind and not processing any of the
Well, you
words.
should have pictures, at least, you can look at.
Yes, I see all the pictures.
Based on what
I
they
know.
look like.
I pay attention enough to know about Klein, and I agree we do need to hire him.
Glad to know we're all on the
solely-
same page.
Yeah, we're
Well,
all on the
he's-
same page.
Wilfian is is sympathetic towards the kid more than she really is, like, more than anything else. She's like, this kid needs a safe place to be.
Yeah,
Um,
we got that for sure.
Everybody else, I did not hear, if I'm being honest. Farine will she'll be a great maid for whoever gets hired. But I heard the two probably least important characters.
You heard the last two. It's fine.
Yes. Yes. I apologize. I it's been a day.
It's okay.
I've been awake since
What
5:30. So
No worries.
what are the thoughts on Dorm Drawer again?
Dorm Drawer manage his siblings. He can fight. He can fight.
Yes.
That was one
Dormsware
of the
can
things.
fight.
He's 3 Electrum a week, so gold and a half. And he wants to be able to hire and fire cleaning staff.
And he's one
I
of
mean,
the
are we leaning
few
towards him at all?
who was
I mean,
a flat rate. He doesn't matter how many
Yeah.
people he
Manages.
Dormtor and Ingve were the people that have flat rates.
we were in charge of that, though.
Man, can you say
Yeah,
that
like-
again? I'm having trouble hearing you, my dude.
Saying that we are in charge of that sort of thing, payment. So,
yes, you're in charge of
concerned about
determining how much you guys want to pay people. So yes,
Yes.
you could come back with a
It's an
counter
interview.
offer.
We can counter offer. Sure.
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards this Dustin.
Dormtor is your favorite, okay.
And Miss Dusty.
And Miss Dustin.
And Miss Dusty, okay. Togan, what do you think? How do you feel?
We haven't really I think I liked Ingve a lot, and I think C was also pretty cool.
She's pretty cool.
Although I think no matter who we hire, I think we should also hire Saget because this poor guy needs a job. That is not gonna
I was
get him
thinking
killed.
about that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hire him to cut down some of the trees around the manor for sure. Because there's a lot of trees as you like broach up to the manor, and I don't like that. I want to be able to see out the manor. So I think I might have him just cut down the forest that surrounds the manor.
You like, hey, he's good at something.
Yeah, like if you look at our map, like there's like the manor's on top of this hill, then there's like a little ledge, and there's like another ledge, and then like a big ass forest. Like what's that forest doing? I don't know, but I know I own the land around it, so let's just cut all those fucking trees down. That's got to be like a year or two of work for one dude.
It
I
also
don't know.
conceals your secret entrance.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. I
yeah.
forgot about the secret
There's
entrance.
a secret entrance?
Shit. Yeah, there's a secret entrance to the manor. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's like right there. I drew it on the map. I don't know if you have the map up or not.
My map is
Oh, yeah.
very much covered by all these candidates. Hold on.
We have a secret entrance. It's right there.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. It's like in the hillside next to the forest. Never mind. I don't want to chop down all the trees.
Just
Maybe,
leave one little copse of trees to hide
Yeah,
the entrance.
one tree behind it. We need one tree.
Maybe we hire him as a groundskeeper or something. He knows stuff about trees. Obviously, that translates to the rest of the plants, obviously.
Also, we can't just keep hiring people because they're sad. Like, I know we want to hire people, but or maybe we can hire
Right,
people
so it
because they're sad.
seems
Seems
like
like the right thing to do.
The majority is leaning toward Miss Dusty as the main housekeeper, and then you want to hire see if Saget, Klein, and Ingve will, and maybe C, are interested in being hired on as regular cleaners or part of the staff.
Yes, and what does Mr. Emerald think? That's
Yeah, we
we let
gotta
him know
ask
what we
his-
thought.
Yes, I
Hey,
forgot. Yeah, I totally forgot.
What do you
to
think?
Put him to his
because I want to know what he
To
thinks after everyone's
his
done.
2 cents in. Give me a moment here.
I also just want to say I think it'd be kind of fucked up if we hire Kalana. Harbinger's only got 2 employees. If we hire one of his 2 employees, I feel like that's kind of a dick move. But Also, it's kind of a power
I did
move.
kind of want to ask, like, how did you feel about, like, poaching the employee? Like, do you like Harbinger, or...
I mean, I don't know how I feel yet.
5%. Okay, I gotta get this in charge. All right.
But yeah, I feel like power move to just steal somebody's employee.
Okay, to be fair, that employee is actively looking for other work. So...
I'll show you these real quick. These are the name tag things
Yeah.
that I'm making for the stockings.
All right, give me just a second.
You tell Michaela to shut her trap. We're playing D&D right now. Yeah, guys, we can't keep hiring pathetic people.
I do love hiring pathetic people, but you're
Also,
right.
it's like one of those things too, where like now that like we have a weakness of pathetic people,
They'll
what
keep
if the
giving
next
us more.
yeah, or like what if it's like our downfall? What if like a sad pathetic person is like, "Help me, my village is dying," and it's like a small toadstool person, like a little mushroom person comes up for us? For sure, we're all gonna be fucking dead. He's gonna kill us all in our sleep. There's
Right.
no way we're living through a mushroom person that can talk.
Stool. His name is Stool.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there is a mushroom person in one of the other campaigns.
Yeah,
And we immediately adopted him.
exactly. We can't do that. We can't just fucking. It's not good.
all right. So, Mr.
At
Emerald
least we're
says,
self-aware that we know that we like pathetic people.
That's bad. It's real bad. That's why Scrambles, anytime Scrambles has like a thought that's like a Scrambles thought where he's like, oh, Ingvid's not that hard to look at. He just says it out loud because he wants to keep himself honest. It's like, hey, I don't know if she's qualified, but she's real pretty.
so, this is Stool, by the way. He walks like R2D2, just sort of. And he's about 2 feet tall.
Pretty adorable.
Yeah.
He spits out spores twice a day that allow people to telepathically communicate with
That's
each
pretty
other
fucking
and him.
useful.
So,
That's
anyway.
super cool and useful.
yeah. They don't know what happened to him.
I know, and I'm
they
so
lost
sad about it. We got kidnapped.
Shit.
Oh,
You guys are part of a salad for sure.
yeah.
On a pizza.
There
Alright,
was
so,
him and Globagool, who was a sentient...
Gabagool? You guys had a character named Gabagool?
No. Globagool. And he was a sentient gelatinous cube that could
That's pretty cool.
telepathically communicate with us. And I immediately adopted him, and then we got kidnapped, and we don't know what happened to Stu and Globagool, and I'm so sad about it. But anyway, going back to the regular campaign.
Sad, they're hanging out with Grimmy somewhere in the great beyond.
It's Globagool.
Gabagool.
he's another gelatinous cube pet, but this one was sentient. He could talk telepathically.
Pretty cool.
Anyway, so Mr. Emerald says of the simple fact that he took the time to teach himself these cantrips that would aid him in his job really speaks to me for towards C's ingenuity and drive to do the job well. But I do believe that Miss Disdusty would be the best qualified for the job.
Yeah, plus didn't she get fired because like her
She got
her manor
replaced
person?
with a younger and prettier human.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
After her mistress remarried.
Remarried.
Damn,
So,
which is
that
crazy
fucking
because
sucks.
she's actually kind of pretty. Like she's not bad looking at all. Purely objectively, I'm just saying, she's
mean,
not that
true.
bad looking. There are far worse looking people. I mean, we've all seen Jackson. He's right there. All right. So I think we're gonna for sure go with Miss Dusty, and then
Good choice. And then see
All right, so you're
which
going
other
with her
three.
1 gold and 1 gold,
What?
1 electrum per staff.
I've been out. My brain's been shut down out of this conversation for a while, but I recognize Stool
Yeah, and Globagool too.
and Globagool. Welcome back to the session. Hi.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
sorry, that's so funny. The delayed reaction of wait a second.
Yeah, reason 425 why we can't have cute things in our campaign.
Yes. Right.
We are very irresponsible with cute things.
All right.
So I
Miss
think the rest
Dusty
of us
is
were torn between Ingvi, C, and
and Saget.
Saget. I think we can hire Saget to do something else, or just tell him no.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
think
no. He's a
yeah.
grown man. I'll just tell him no.
Because you
That's
guys
part.
also don't need, like you said, somebody mentioned the stable. You can have someone help who need help in the kitchen. They've already said they wanted at least one other person in the
Oh
kitchen.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say you still
yes.
need a stable boy, because at
Saget can be
least
our stable man.
Luthien has a horse, and then you can have what's his face be the stable boy. Because
Klein.
Klein, yeah, because also if you put a kid in charge of two other kids, specifically boy kids, that's not gonna end well for any kid.
It
Um,
might end great for all three
He's
of them.
gonna
You
kill.
never know.
you
Haven't
never
you read
know,
Lord of
friend.
the Flies? It ended great
Uh,
for some of them.
didn't they end up with cannibalism? I
Yeah,
don't.
but
I never
some of
had
them
to read
lived.
it.
Yeah,
My
but they
mom
did
spared
survive.
me. My mom
Most of
spared
them
me reading
lived.
that horror. Thank God. But
Dude,
I
like they killed
anyway.
somebody right before the rescue got there. It was
Yeah, it's
like
wild.
within the hour or
Yeah,
something weird like that. Like, man.
that's the story of life, though. Sometimes you win, sometimes you die immediately.
what are you going to
Any,
pay Klein?
anyways,
Is Klein the kid?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the
Clyde's a
kid.
kid.
He's a stable boy, is what he were hiring him as.
That's what I suggested,
Yeah.
but that's not what you have to hire him as. That's just what I'm suggesting. Because if you're gonna have Sig be the stable hand, having a stable boy is always
Yeah.
helpful.
So if we hire Saget as a stable man and Klein as a stable boy, why don't we give him an average person makes a gold a week? What is that divided by 5? Like something silver a
Uh,
day?
half a silver a day.
You can say 1 electrum a week if you want,
Yeah,
which is
Electrum a week.
Yeah, I feel like that's good.
That's 5 silver a week. So
Yeah, a
half
silver a
a
day.
silver a day.
Silver a day keeps the hunger away. That's what they always say.
Well, silver a day is
Anyway,
1 gold a week.
Oh, I don't like that.
all right. So 1 electrum a week.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, Electrum a week for Klein.
And then let's pay Saget a gold.
Yeah, double
A
that.
gold a week. Yep, double what he's making. I feel like that's pretty fair. Because he only wanted like 2 silver, right?
Oh
He
yeah,
wants.
Saget wanted 5 silver a week plus 2 silver per staff. So
That's exactly on
a gold a
point.
week.
Yeah.
That's even more than he was looking for. If we
Yeah.
are considering that he might be managing Klein.
Okay.
So he would
It's
have wanted
barely
7 silver a
managing.
week.
We're making him in charge of a boy. He just tells him what to do.
Go scoop that poop, kid.
And you're not
Yeah.
allowed to beat him.
Here's
You
the thing,
can't beat
though.
him.
We say that as if it's simple. Have you wrangled more than have you wrangled a small boy before?
Yeah. All the
I
time.
have wrangled 5 of them in at one time. It's not fun.
Well,
I was at
one
it.
is definitely more manageable though.
It's much more, but I love it. Like he's just managing a small boy. Like it's nothing.
Well, I more mean like because he wanted 5 silver a week and then 2 silver per staff, and so
Yes.
that would
Anyways.
be 7, and 1 gold a week is still more than that. So
Sorry, not trying to delay. We got an electrum for Klein, 1 gold a week for Sig.
Saget.
It's Sig or Segit. Okay.
I will
Sagittarius.
say, we also have not talked about this with anybody. We're just kind of coming up with a plan
That's our
before we
numbers.
present it to them.
Yeah.
And then do we
So we're
want?
hiring Misty and then C. What about
Are
we
we
want C and
hiring
Ingvi?
C?
I don't know. Oh, I don't know. So it's between C and Ingvi then.
I liked both of those. Those were my. I mean, like Miss Dusty was obviously like.
Yeah, Miss Dusty and
Yeah.
then C and Ingvi.
Yeah.
C
See.
does have mending, which is pretty badass.
Yeah,
I
you could
have to
also
agree.
just get a wand of mending and then give it to like Miss Dusty.
Yeah, or just pay somebody else to do
Yeah.
it.
I think Luthien has mending.
Well,
Yeah, but are you gonna be around all the time to
That's
cast it
fair.
for the Miss?
do you
Well,
guys
I'm
want
sure
to?
there's ways to do it, but
Do you
not
guys want to leave it
totally
to
right.
luck?
Sure. But
What
I
do you
mean,
think?
we can
So he
also
said
just.
yes, but whoever rolls highest is what. I heard that much.
Yep. So that's one vote for
Bane
luck. I'm pro
TBC,
luck.
welcome, welcome.
We also don't know if C and Ingvi want to be hired on as anything other than the head maid.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
true.
So we should probably ask them.
If they don't want to do it, we'll just put Saget as second and second mate. We have backups.
All right, so how much are you? Let's go with C. How much are you willing to offer him?
I forgot how much did
He
Ingvi was the
wanted
most expensive. Yeah.
He wanted a gold a week plus 1 silver per staff.
Ingve wanted 2 gold a week, but with no additional per staff.
I say, I mean, I'm not going to pay a second. She's not even head maid. I say Inviel's only worth 1 gold. What do you guys think? I would only be comfortable offering second in charge maid a gold a week.
okay,
What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
isn't that pretty expensive though in general?
I mean, that is very expensive. Yeah, that's good money.
Yeah, the average person makes a gold a week.
Yeah.
So we would be paying her basically minimum wage.
Yes. To do cleaning
If she's
work.
willing to take it, I say why not ask and see. And if she is, then move forward with that. If not,
Yeah.
then we just pick the other guy.
Okay, well then let's call Misty.
Problem
Let's call
solved.
Miss Dusty and Ingvi in. And offer them the job first, and then tell the others to say that we have additional questions for them.
So stick
We have
around.
additional questions for you
And
guys.
how much are you paying for Miss Dusty?
Whatever she asked.
A
1
gold a
gold
week
and
plus
1
an electrum
electrum
per
per
staff.
week.
Yep.
Okay.
Plus an electrum per staff for her.
Okay. And are you putting? All right. So Saget and Gopher. Well, I have Klein's job is Gopher, but he's gonna be stable boy, so not gonna be Gopher anymore. So stable boy. All right. So she's going to have. You're looking at Ingvi only, besides Miss Dusty, just the two of them.
Yeah, I think so. For now, I think that's good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and Miss Dusty
Okay.
wanted to be in
Well-
charge of hiring and firing people anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't
her
remember.
job.
Did we hire another person for the kitchens? Cause
No.
I know we had the 3 of them. We hired all 3 of them, right?
No, we need another person for the kitchen.
Okay.
What if we hired Ingvi for the kitchen and hired C for janitorial? Because Ingvi looks like she could do kitchen stuff. She's got like a bottle and she's like serving shit.
She also worked at a inn. So.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good call too. She looks kind of like a server. She has like a just holding the thing and in the picture.
Yeah.
So what if we offer her a kitchen position? But didn't Chef Clambake want something to say about that?
I think he wanted at least 2 people, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, we gave him one, and then we were gonna hire another one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So
Okay.
what if we offer her the kitchen position? So Miss Dusty is in charge of C, and then Ingvi is in the kitchen. Does that sound fair to everybody else?
If they want to do that, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
other
what we
thing.
offer them.
If
All
they want to.
Yeah, so Dormjor and Kalanapi. We're not
So
interested.
for-
Thank you guys.
Sorry, Klana, we'll see you around at.
Yeah. And
What's his name?
Weston
Harbinger.
Harbor Weston. Yep.
Okay,
So
why does he call him Harbinger if his name is Harbin?
He's fucking with us.
Harbor Weston.
I don't know.
Made Miss Dusty. There she is. Okay. Boom. Boom. All right. So she's going to be the housekeeper. So after she's looks around the place and including downstairs, she would like to have if you're putting Ingvi in the kitchen, she would want C and Klana.
We could put that other chick, Ferrer, the one who just wants to hang out.
Doreen.
We could put her in the
okay.
kitchen and give her Ingvi. She interested in that?
Or Farine. Farine will work too. I forgot about Farine.
Okay.
Honestly, I just spaced it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with C and
Gotcha.
Farine, that's fine. She just there needs
Wants
to be at
another
least
person.
3
Gotcha.
for this work. All right.
Okay.
So Dorm Drawer, Saget is good. Klein is good. C and Miss Dusty. All right.
Yeah.
Is everybody willing to take the roles that we offered?
I just need to know. It depends on how much. All right, so give me just a second here. Let me figure out. Okay, Miss Dusty is. So she's going to have 2 people. So she's going to be 2 gold a week for Miss Dusty. My fancy ground froze. There it is. Okay, so 1 GP plus 1 EP per staff. So she is 2 gold. So right now you're at, for every 10 day, you're at 17 gold and 1 electrum. And then C wanted 1 a week. So what are you offering to pay him?
I don't know. He's not going to be in charge anymore, so I wouldn't offer him the same amount. Whatever we offer Ingvi, we need to offer him the same amount. Pay them both equally. Oh wait, is Ingvi in the kitchen still? Never mind. Farron or whatever.
Farine.
Yeah, we need to make sure we pay them the same amount because they're both second to Miss Dusty. A gold a week is about average wage.
Yes, but
yeah, I mean, I'd say we offer them both a gold a week then. Isn't that what they wanted? Or is that what he wanted? I'm sorry.
He wanted a gold a week and then 1 silver per staff. So.
Yeah, I said we offer him a gold a week.
Okay.
He's not in charge of anybody, so.
He's willing to work for that.
Cool.
He is, so that would be made. HIJKLM. C. And he is 1 gold a week. All right. And what are you paying Farine?
Gold a week.
Gold
a week, yep.
Wow.
We're going to be fair and across the board. It's a lot of money, we understand. But
it's all a matter of perspective.
I mean, yeah. It's also one of those things where
You're are have very happy people who will be very dedicated and not looking for other jobs.
Yeah, that's great. I would hate to come back and find out that like half our staff is quitting. We gotta
fucking
hire
quit because they hate somebody or something.
Or half your stuff is stolen.
Yeah, exactly. If we are paying them well, then they're not gonna fucking betray us, you know?
Yep, and the other thing too is, you know what? If I had a douchey boss, like say he doesn't like Miss Dusty, but he's getting paid well, maybe you put up with her, you know, because you're getting paid good.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
You'd be more inclined to stick around.
The last one was Envy. Yeah. So Crunchy, who is one of your main things, getting the gold a week. What are you offering to pay Envy to work in the?
She wanted 2 gold
things. Yes.
She wanted 2
She's
gold.
also from
flat.
Neverwinter. So was living in a city,
Where
and
inflation's a thing.
where you guys aren't really familiar
Cost of
with the
living is
concept,
higher,
but yes, the
right?
concept of living is higher, and she's used to getting tips and things. Here, you're not going to see any of that, so her cost of living is going to be almost nothing. So
I don't remember what we're paying the other kitchen staff, but they're like cooks.
so your kitchen
Uh,
staff is Sir Alwyn is 2 gold a week. Clam chowder is 1 gold a day. Uh,
Fuck, he's
and
expensive.
and
Crunchy is
Crunchy is 1 gold a
gold a
week.
week.
I say we
Plus the
offer her a
room.
gold. Yeah, I say we offer her a gold a week.
And clam chowder is also getting 3 extra silver a week
Yeah,
for
his lodging,
for
For
the extra
staff.
people, the staff.
the staff. I don't know. I think a gold a week is fair for her because that's what we're paying the lowest guy in the kitchen too.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Cool. It's the same as everybody else is making.
All right. So I'm probably gonna. Right now, I just have them all listed under staff. I'm probably gonna break it up into housekeeping, chef, miscellaneous. Um, just so it's not just this laundry list of all the people.
Sure.
I know it seems like, oh gosh, that's so expensive. But honestly, we're adventurers. I've got a butt
Yeah.
ton of money. And Toggin
Same
and
here.
Mantha, we both do not like have a good concept of money. So Toggen's like, yeah, that's you. That's what everybody else is making, right? Yeah, let's just pay them
You
that.
guys could pay them for the whole year up front
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not blink twice.
I think one of
Yeah.
us could just pay everybody's wages for the
Yeah.
year and be like, yeah,
Well,
that's okay.
we also have money for the manor as well. Like beyond our own personal money, like we have money for the manor. So like, there's tons of money.
Yeah. We are
Plus,
not
the manor will
hurting to
eventually
be money
it will
poor.
eventually bring in money as well and be relatively self-sustaining. So
Chef
yeah.
and this is cook.
One of these
So
days.
she's will be listed as a cook.
Hey,
Ingvar.
could we get Jackson? Do you think we could get name tags for everybody, like little pins, just like a little square pin that says Miss Dusty and C and Ingvi and Chef, blah blah blah, and all the
Sure.
stuff? Could you guys make that up for us in your blacksmith?
Sure.
That way we can all have name tags
Can get
for the staff and for the guests and things like that.
It's certainly doable.
Perfect. We don't need one for Adabra. She's not gonna wear it, I'm sure.
She would not. No.
I'm confident she won't wear it. I'm not even gonna ask her to put it on. Just don't
Don't
even
even
waste.
discuss it with her. She's
Don't even
it's
waste
just
your
a waste of
time.
time.
Don't waste. It's just a waste of resources. So yeah, we'll get all that done
I'm glad we know her so well.
in private after we've hired everybody. Scrambles will call a meeting to go over the staff new hires and put people in charge and everything like that. He'll ask Kadabra to join for a brief moment during the meeting so everybody can meet her. Not personally, but he can introduce her to everybody. I'm sure she does or doesn't want to meet everybody. That's her call. And then hand out name tags for everybody. We'll do that tomorrow, the next day, at the crack of noon. Scrambles
Crack
likes to
of
sleep
noon.
in. The crack of noon. Scrambles likes to sleep in.
Right.
And then he'll hand out name tags to everybody. And then in private, before everybody leaves for the first night, Scrambles is going to pull Klein aside. He's a little boy, right?
Yes. Yep.
He's going to say, hey, I'd like to hire you to do a secret job off the books just for me. Here's what I need. I want you to be my eyes and ears in the manor when I'm not around. I want you to watch people, all the staff, kind of just feel them out, see what you think about them. Keep little notes, maybe their favorite things, maybe the things they hate the most. I don't know, just jot stuff down about people. Of course, do your regular duties so nobody catches you, but keep close tabs on people, and I'll come back. When I come around, I'll read through your notes and I'll pay you accordingly. What do you think? Secret mission.
All right, I can do that. You can count on me.
But you
Gotta
can't
make
tell
sure
anybody.
he actually writes down true
You
things.
can't,
Bud.
you can't tell anybody. Just between you and I. Don't tell anyone else. Secret.
I do need something to write
Paper.
on and something to write with.
For sure. And Scrambles will give him a journal and a piece of paper and a
Hey
pen.
Sven, can this kid write? Does he know how to read?
I don't care.
I was thinking the exact same thing, honestly.
I don't care. I know. I don't care. Scrambles is
Please.
gonna get something.
He's gonna
Sticks
get
eventually.
it
the
in
book
pictures.
under his armpit, and
Yep.
we'll walk away.
Perfect. Now, as soon as he leaves, the next day after Scrambles introduces everybody to everyone and gives everybody the tour of the house and talks about the hierarchy and whatnot with Mr. Esther and Mr. Emerald and Adabra and everybody else. After that's all done, he wants to go to that chick Farron was her name? The chick from the town?
Farine?
Farine?
Farine.
He's gonna do
Yep.
the same thing with her. He's,
Yeah.
hey, I just need you to because she was the one who was enamored by us and how cool we were. He's gonna do the same thing for her. Hey, if you could just keep mental notes of everybody and just keep an eye on what's going on for us when we get back into town, I would really appreciate the information and it'll go a long way. And not in a weird, sketchy, quid pro quo kind of thing. Like totally above the board, not sexual at all, but I'll pay you back. Not in a weird way though.
With
Like in a
money.
normal
She's like,
yeah.
I didn't think you meant sexual things until you said something.
You know,
Now it's weird.
yeah. I had a really weird interviewing process. It's been throwing me off, and now I just double think everything I say. It's really freaking me out. But anyway, yeah. So
So,
if
so
you could
don't
do
forget,
that
guys.
secretly,
In notes, there's manner. So that has all the stuff. It's now should be up to date as of now, with everything there. Like I said, I might separate it a little bit better to keep them to find people easier. But all the pictures are there, names are there, how much you're paying them is there. So
perfect.
if you don't pay Adabra or Vili, so that's why they don't have costs. And the math might be off by 1 gold, but it's right around 20 goldish a week. It's 18 in Electrum right now. So keep that in mind. And next time we play,
For sure, we'll
I
kill
did want
somebody,
to check. I wanted to check.
even
Next
if it's
week is the
Klein.
27th, 2 days after Christmas. Is everybody good? Does anybody have family going on?
My family
I'm
sucks.
I might, but I'm not sure. I
Dude.
will definitely let you know if I do.
Look, man, the only thing I've got on my calendar for for the 27th is this campaign. So I think I'm good.
Dick.
All right, and like I said, so for now, I didn't do it tonight because we were right in the middle of stuff. But going forward, I'm going to try to cut it off about 9:30 ish, when I remember, and when it works out really well, because I know a couple of you will have to work early next day. If it works out to where everybody can definitely easily be here by 6:30, we might move it back. But for now, we're just going to stick with the 7 to 10 ish, trying to get out early. So next week we're going to jump 5 days, so it'll be the 8th of Hammer, and I was going to do a little cliffhanger, but you're going to have adventures at your door.
Oh,
Dun
nice.
dun dun.
Be thinking about that and how you're going to handle that. And thank you so much for playing with me, guys.
Thanks for DMing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you do want to get those last couple maids that you said no to, the one that was wearing the high heels or the one with the long hair, let me know. I could probably find them.
No, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks you so much. Thanks for playing. Thanks for stopping by, Bane. Appreciate you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
Good night,
Hey,
guys.
guys.